Hello, welcome once again. If this is the first time you are seeing me here, I will please exhort you to hit on the notification bell and then subscribe, or subscribe and hit on the notification bell. What is happening is that today we are going to have a look at smudging or cleansing using incense. This is a very ancient art where incense were used to remove negative energy from one's person, or it was used as a form of road opener. And this is usually practiced by spiritual people or on their clients. And you can also practice it on yourself. You need to choose a particular incense that has very powerful ability to remove negative energies. Sulfur has been one of the greatest items that incense that is used to remove all forms of negativity. Sulfur. But unfortunately, sulfur is highly toxic when burnt. It's highly toxic when burnt. So people should be really careful about it. Another herb that has been also proven to be very effective is asafoetida, and then frankincense. Then frankincense, sometimes frankincense mixed with myrrh. Dragon blood incense has also proven to be very good in removing of such herbs. Rosemary can also be bent. Rosemary also can be bent to remove negativity. Today, I want us to have a look at how to use them. My favorite method when using it for a client is to ask the client to kneel on one of the feet whilst I put this incense on the live coal, let it burn well, and then I go round the client reciting a particular psalm, usually psalms that remove negativity, like Psalm 7, Psalm 35. Yes, I'll usually go around them reciting these psalms to remove any negativity, curses, etc. That has been negative thought forms that has been left on the particular client. Apart from that, if you have an item, you can also use the incense to remove the negativity from it. Usually, you have to pass the incense through the smoke. You have to pass, sorry, you pass the item through the smoke of the incense. And then, whilst you do that, you'll be reciting a psalm. You can recite the Psalm 23, which is the most popular one, uh, as you pass the item through the incense to remove every negativity from the item. You can also use the same process, yes, process to clean a room or to cleanse a room from negativity by burning this incense. This incense can also be set in the room and then sent to every corner of the room, especially those of you who have shops and want to increase the flow of customers. You can burn a particular incense to remove this negativity from the shop. And in doing so, you must make sure that you go to all the corners of the room whilst burning the incense. And there is one also preferred method when I'm smogging my clients or I'm smogging myself. I usually put on the very long gun. I set the incense, then I stand over it so that the incense flows under the gun and then it goes surrounding me whilst I recite particular psalms to remove all sort of negativity. And you see, when negativities are removed from your path, it gives you a level ground. Things that hitherto would have become stumbling blocks are all removed, and so you have a level ground. You understand? Some of these smogging can be used also as road openers. Yes, And then you can also burn it, just like I was saying recently that you can burn it in your shops to sort of invite good energies for clients to flow in, and in doing that, you burn them through. If you are burning in a particular room to move an entity, then you need to use herbs that are very potent, and sulfur is one of them. But as I said, sulfur is highly toxic. So you don't need to inhale it. When you inhale it, you have a problem. So what we do is that, for example, if a particular room is infested with an entity and we want to remove it using sulfur on live coal, you set it, you set the coal, and then you put the sulfur in it. Then you leave the smoke to burn in the place, and then you shut the door. It means you have to vacate that room for at least 3 days without entering that room. By then, the fumes and everything would have, or the toxin would have died down. So we can use the incense to draw in or to drive out. Yes, incense to draw in and to drive out. Then the last one is when you want to set the incense on your altar. My preferred method is to put it in the extreme side of the eastern quarter of the altar. When I'm facing the east, I put the incense there. Since Raphael, the archangel, rules in that quarter and he is in charge of, he's responsible or in charge of the air element. As a watchtower, he's in charge of the air element. So the air element governs the eastern quarter. So I usually will set my incense on my altar on the eastern quarter. Incense has been used since ancient, yes, to help us. And sometimes before I do the smudging, usually it's followed after a spiritual bath. You do the spiritual bath, then you do the smudging after which. Yes, or you do the head washing or head rubbing, and then you follow it with the smudging. That is, you use the incense thereafter. Or you can do the feet washing, and after doing the feet washing, yes, then you follow it with the incense to make sure that all those negative energies which were not removed by the spiritual bath, which were not removed by the head rubbing, which were not removed by the feet washing, has now been removed by the smogging. I think this it's a pleasure getting to you this way, and I'll still be coming with a lot of spiritual ideas. Please follow me and then share some of these things so that your friends can also have access to it. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Baruch Hashem. Stay blessed.